All right, we are now going to get into some of the more advanced features that come with Microsoft Access. So far, we've been working with one type of object, which is tables. Hopefully, you feel familiar now with creating fields and entering data into tables. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be creating something called a form. A form is something you're already familiar with. You may not know it, but when you work on the internet and you enter information into a website, for example, registering for a new website, or maybe buying something online, you actually use forms to enter information, and then it gets transferred to a table. It's a lot more visually appealing and a lot easier for most users. Now, in today's lesson, you're going to learn how to create a form, and then you're going to learn how to actually enter information through the form. And it's not difficult, but you're going to need to follow me closely. All right, first thing we're going to do is you're going to download this database. It only has one table. And when you open up this database, you're going to see the customers table. Just click on it to select it, and then go up here to create. And you're going to go to where it says Form Wizard. And what we're going to do is we're just going to select the fields that we want to be in our form. Now, the very first one, ID, is not necessary, so we can just double click on the rest of them. First name, last name, street address, city, state, zip code, email, phone number. Click Next. You can leave that on its default setting, columnar. What title do you want for your form? We'll just call this Customers Form. You can leave that setting and then click Finish. All right, now this is what we're talking about with a form. It's just a little bit more visually appealing for the user. All right, the next step is we want to put a button on our form that's going to allow the customer to click on it, and then it will clear all the fields so that they can put some new records in. So in order to do that, we're going to go up here to View, and we're going to go to Layout View. Okay. It's going to display our field list, so we can close that. We don't really need that. But what we're going to be concerned about is the controls up here. And the control that we want to use is this one right here. When you let your mouse sit on it, it's going to say Button. Okay, so we're going to click Button, and then we're just going to click somewhere down on our form. And we want to, first of all, from the categories, we want to choose the second one, which is Record Operations. And the very first action is what we want, which is Add New Record. You're going to click Next. All right, if you'll change from picture, we're going to click there where it says Text, and the text on the button is going to display Add Record. Click Next. This, we really don't have to make a change. If you want to name it something like Add Record or something, you could. It's fine. It's not going to hurt anything. And then Finish. All right, this is our Add Record button. And if you put your mouse right on the little cross and you can drag it, let's just move it over to here. All right, the next thing we're going to do is to test out and make sure everything's working correctly. We are going to go over here to where it says View, and we're going to go to Form View. Okay. Now, what should happen when we click Add Record, it should clear out all of our fields, and then I'm going to give you a handout where you're going to add some information to the database here. Okay. All right, so now it's ready to go. And you could add, I'm going to give you this information. All right, so after the information is entered for that particular customer. Then to add another information for another customer, you would just click the add record. Now, watch what happens. When you look at your table, you'll notice that the information has been added to the table, and that's what forms do. They add information to tables to make it easier for the user to work with the database. All right, just follow those instructions and you should be fine. Bye.